Thanks for watching the Hurley Pro. We're into round 2, heat number 1. It's a heavy matchup for Matt Wilkinson. He wore the Jeep yellow jersey all season until he lost it at the Billabong Pro Tahiti. Now he's facing off with a wild card named Brett Simpson, a man we're very familiar with. Thanks for being with us on the CBS Sports Network. This is our first elimination round for the Hurley Pro. California, Brett Simpson is going to take the first wave. Blowtail to start, into a rail carve into the pocket. Smaller lowers wave, but it's looking sharp. 3 solid moves just to get a quick score on the board.
I like it. You know, we saw a little bit of a sleepy end to that heat number 1 of the morning. Realizing there's not a lot of waves coming through. We're going to see flurries, Joe. We're going to see a lot of big sets come through, but there's going to be these periods where you've got to kind of grind it out, you know, and I think a smart move here from Brett Simpson, just applying some pressure. Nice clean surfing. That's that trademark turn from Simpo. Beautiful wraparound cutback. I love those turns. That's old school with that little fin waft again. So 3 quick turns from Brett Simpson. The judges didn't really like it though. Size of the wave coming into play, 2.67. But he's got his feet in the wax, he's got his confidence up, and he's looking dangerous.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you can be lucky, sometimes you can't, you know, and today I've been super lucky because there was no waves for the last 10 minutes, you know. I thought I made a mistake on catching that left, you know, but that first left when I got the score on, but at the end of the day, you know, it turned out good with the ocean just turned off, and it was good for me, yeah.
A lot of time in the free surfs, you guys are trying different boards. What's the equipment of choice for you?
I ride my Firewire Pizel model, Spartan model too, so it's a 511.
And just talking about tail design, oftentimes you think of the round pin, a lot of the heavy waves, real hollow conditions. How does it feel on like a wave like this, Potts?
Well, obviously Michel Barrère is one of the most powerful guys out there, so can overpower that. Let's have a look at Matty Wilco's form on his backhand. He's riding that little red board that's just, you know, done so well for him through the beginning part of the year. Just a series of backside turns using his weapon of choice. With that back to the wave, it kind of really gets him in that flow. And once he does, we've seen him just rapid fire. I mean, you know, Snapper Rocks on his backhand, very similar kind of wave. Matty Wilco opening up with a nice little score. Nice quick turn right there. And now he starts to get busy through the inside. It's almost like once he finds that groove, Joe, he just clicks multiple turns off, just racking up points as he goes along and kicks out of that one. So a good little opener right there for Matty Wilco.
5-point ride for Wilco. Simpo needs a 2-3-4 here. Hits the roof on the first section. Getting out in front, throwing the air, but misses the grab, and he's down. So had the opportunity to take the lead, ends up falling. Wilco passing him by will take priority. And Simpo will look to regroup. We saw Simpo earn this spot up at T Street, the Hurley Pro Trials. That's also where Tanner Gudauskas got the nod. What happened here, Potts?
Well, we talk about, you know, on your front side here on the right-handers, there's so many options, and Brett Simpson's got a bag of tricks as deep as anyone's. You can see missing that grab. That's exactly what happened right there. Very important, you know, with that rotation, you've got to use the hand to grab that outside rail, hold that board underneath your feet.
Brett now on a roll now. Under priority, Matt Wilkinson is going to check out the lowers left real quick. Speed projection snap for Brett Simpson. Coming into play through the inside corner, and he hops out. So there's one quick look. Next wave setting up now for Matt Wilkinson. Opting for the backhand weapon once again. First turn, solid and vertical. Patiently waiting for this section to open up. So 3 solid turns for world number 2, and now ditches the fins. This is where Wilco starts heating up. Nice steady pace, consistent surfing from world number 2. Even throwing some variety to boot, and he'll be getting a solid second score.
You know what, something just clicked right there, and I think it was the fact that the pressure of that yellow jersey's gone, Joe. He's number 2 in the world, so now the focus being on John Florence. Matty Wilco can just go about his business. That was the Wilco that we're used to seeing at the beginning of the year. That's exactly what he was doing at Snapper Rocks to win that event, along with Bells Beach, back-to-back wins. So I think this is going to be good for Matty Wilco. It's going to be a great score. Let's have a look first at Brett Simpson deciding to use his backhand attack. Shorter wave, so you really got to fit the turns in quickly, and they've got to be dynamic. So Brett Simpson realizing not a lot of vertical face on that wave, deciding to get out. On the flip side of the coin, Matty Wilco, that opening turn, so important for him because it puts him in that real good groove, that real good rhythm. And what it does is it just allows him to unleash turns like that. So Matty Wilco, that wide stance, strong back foot, vertical surfing from him, and he's going to lock in the best score of the heat so far, Joe. So that's what we're used to seeing from Wilco. He's back.
Wilco looking so sharp, 6.43 and the lead change. Where was his variety on this wave, Potts?
Well, you know, when you surf this good, when you've got the sort of the repertoire that Matty Wilco has, it's rapid fire. So what he's doing is he's getting the board nice and vertical, but then also you can see there was a moment where the fins came out the back of the wave, which is going to create a little bit of drift. So showing that variety, there's turns where he's driving off the fins, and then there's turns where he's releasing the fins, and the judges picked it perfectly, 6.43.
Maybe better than anybody on tour as we watch Brett Simpson set up his lethal forehand weapon. He'll start off with a little sweep off the top. Now with the lift ahead, ditches the fins vertically. Another nice clean jam for Simpo. Set up float, needs something big. This thing's going a little bit gutless, but he still has some speed to burn. Nice clean wrapping cutback. You can see the perfect technique from Simpo and that flawless style. Did the wave help him out there, Potts?
Nah, the wave didn't really do him any favors, Joe. There was kind of a little bit of downtime, but what I liked about Simpo on that one is he didn't try and oversurf it. You know, he kind of surfed the wave accordingly to what it was going to let him do. I think, you know, that's kind of what's sort of hindered Simpo a lot in the past, is trying to oversurf it, try too much on the wave. Beautiful opening maneuver right there, just sets everything up. Now he starts to unleash. And as you said, this wave, after this turn right here, kind of went a little gutless, had to sort of get around that section. Transition turn right there, and then a beautiful swooping turn. So not a lot on this wave, but it is it's going to be his best wave yet.
18 minutes on the clock. Wilco performing under pressure. Brett Simpson trying to get himself back into the lead here after some small scores and a couple of falls. Pete Mel still in the water now. Peter, are you feeling that little breeze pick up?
Yeah, we saw a bit of a breeze pick up, and just I was hoping that cold weather was going to keep it offshore, but of course, weather is weather, changes on us, and it's gone more that north direction, and probably will kick up most of the day. So generally what we're going to find is that the aerials are going to start to play a little bit of a less of a role. We saw that from Brett Simpson trying to go to the air and the board flying away from him, and Wilco sticking to the face and changing it up on the backhand. I must say that Wilco does look relaxed. Paddled by, did have a very serious look on his face.
Still did enough to win the heat, so that's how good this kid is. Brett Simpson, 5.77. Matty Wilco, here we go.
Wilco still has his lead. Now his third wave ridden in this matchup. Nice easy pace, set up snap, right into a vertical over the whitewater. Driving through the open face. Amazing transitions through turns. Nice and seamless, going for the fin blow just to give the judges something special. Wilco is in fine form, no pressure shown in round two, and he's improving his lead.
Yeah, well, I said something clicked at the beginning of this heat for Matty Wilco. You can see the confidence levels going up. His variety is, he's throwing more into his turns. And watch this turn right here. It comes off the bottom, throws it up, but watch the turn straight into the next one. When Matty Wilco's doing that, he's in form. His feet are in the right place. His confidence level's up. And then when he finishes off his waves like this, he's feeling it. So Matty Wilco back into the heat.
Impressive to see Wilco able to change it up down the line. How do you like his tempo here, Potts?
It's kind of what we saw at Snapper, Joe. It was just that rapid fire. There was no hesitation. When Matty Wilco doesn't hesitate, that's when he surfs radical. And that last turn on that wave was probably, to me, one of the best turns in this heat. 6.93. The judges loved it as well. I don't think it's going to factor in his top two, but I like the fact that he's starting to cut loose, Joe. He's starting to surf a lot freer than we've seen him over the last few events.
Let's see this approach once again, Potts.
Yeah, beautiful deep bottom turn, straight up vertical. Gets that body around first, and then almost leans into it, throws those fins out. There's a lot going on right there. Matty Wilco coming down a little bit sort of out of control, but I love it. I love the go for it attitude. Straight back up again, didn't complete that last one, so he won't go in his top two, but just a sign of things to come, I reckon, from Matty Wilco.
He's got such a crazy backside whip, and oftentimes he's kind of compared to be maybe the modern day Mark Occhilupo. Brett did the impossible, back-to-back wins at the US Open, one crazy final over Mick Fanning. And that's those moments that he'll never forget. Locking in now is Simpo, looking for a 7.59. Just playing with the start, getting down the line. Blow tail and recovers. He's got some room to move down the line. Goes for the big air reverse and stomps it. Simpo needs to finish strong. The wave's not giving him too much, but he's got a lot of energy. Roundhouse cutback, tail slide. Talk about variety and control. He'll kick out.
I was going to say that, Joe. Talk about variety. Brett Simpson acknowledging the crowd right there. One of the favorites. We love seeing Brett Simpson surf. I mean, you know, you talk about how good this kid really is, and I think it's basically a testament to how tough it is to requalify on the tour. Let's have a look at Brett's wave here. Nice, easy, clean entry. Connects with that first turn there, just getting his feet in the right place. Now he unloads, throws that tail around, using those fins to pivot back. Talk about variety right there. Air reverse with a beautiful grab, lands backwards, spins it around. And as the wave goes a little slower, Brett Simpson just does that fill-in work. Brings it through the inside. Beautiful sort of control right there from Brett Simpson, keeping a lot of sort of weight over that front foot, which releases those fins. Stomping again and re-engaging him. So Brett Simpson looking sharp on this one. He needs to. 7.59 required from Brett Simpson to get himself back in the heat. Beautiful bottom turn. You can see the body starts to pivot now. Throws the tail out. And all that weight is over the front foot right now. Now he engages it. Now that board just pivots back around, keeping that speed. That is really tough to do, Joe.
Really impressive, slowing down this perfect technique. What was the difficulty factor on this landing?
Oh, that was crazy. I mean, you're landing backwards, you're using feel. You know, your eyes aren't on the landing spot. You basically have done this 1,000 times in free surf, so you're trusting your skill, you're trusting, you know, your positioning, your timing, everything. And on that occasion, didn't miss the grab, which completed that turn. So a very important maneuver.
Get close to a lead change here with Julian Wilson on deck coming up next. Former finalist out here at Lowers, taking on rookie Alex Ribeiro. Another classic round 2 matchup to look forward to.
Yeah, scores dropping through for Brett Simpson too. But yeah, Julian Wilson, I think, surfed incredibly well yesterday. Just
well, yeah, I think the majority of people here on the beach are definitely going for Brett. Up here in the competitors area, I'd say it's 50-50. Right now, out the back, Brett's going to work on the lip. Boom, big turn down into the carve again. Back up into the corner, bang. He's looking good on this, looking free. A little float to the inside. He's caught behind though, boys. Not the way you want to finish that one.
So Simpo throwing some big hooks to start. Didn't get the end section he was hoping for. His last wave, though, showed a lot of promise. A 6.87. They throw out the high and the low. The high judge on that was 7.8. So you see the difference of opinions. The average, though, to get the overall feeling from the panel. They still want another 6.5 out of him. What happened here, Potts?
Yeah, well, an insider. So, you know, there's two kinds of waves out here at lower Trestles. You know, ones that's kind of slow up and allow you just to tag it, which this one kind of did at the beginning, but then it started to run away and obviously didn't offer Brett that end section, which is oh so important if you want to get that extra point or so on your ride. I didn't see enough sort of rotation back into the power source. I think it was more check turns, more down the line surfing. I'm not seeing that go too high, Joe.
So now at 4:25 to go, we'll see how this first heat of round 2 got underway in the heat recap. Wilco under pressure has a top seed on the Jeep leaderboard, trying to avoid an equal 25th with a dangerous wild card with Brett Simpson with a solid track record of being consistent on the top 34. Things got underway with Wilco's backhand. We could tell how steady he looked on his feet. Opened up with a 5.0 and then kept improving.
Yeah, he did. You know, I said something clicked, and I think it was that second wave, that 6.43, where we kind of saw the Matty Wilco of old. You know, this is the stuff that we have seen him get that yellow jersey. Once he gets that confidence up, once he finds that groove, he is absolutely dangerous and has proved that. Number 2 in the world at the moment, highest ranking ever. Held the yellow jersey pretty much most of the year, lost it in Tahiti. He wants it back.
He sure does. You can see that big blowtail finish, improving to a 6.93. Brett Simpson started out with pretty small scores and even a couple of falls, repeat 2s, and then he started getting the fire going. 5.77, 6.87 to a 6.93 in transition. He's throwing airs, big tail slides, roundhouse cutbacks. Brett's definitely winning it, according to Variety at the moment.
Yeah, well, Brett's, that last wave we saw from Brett Simpson, he actually took the lead at 6.93. I thought those waves were flipped. I obviously thought the wave before was better, the 6.87, because there was more variety involved. There was more pizzazz. There was air game, there was tail slides. His last ride, 6.93, the judges deemed that one better. So Brett Simpson finds himself in the lead, but Matty Wilco, I'm sure, is going to answer back.
What a big lead change there. During the recap, Wilco needed a 6.87 here, Bucks.
Yeah, nice solid wave here for Matty Wilco. Beautiful vertical turn. I love the little pivot right at the top. Now he starts to extend that turn, so nice variety, and again, slides the tail out, so 3 different turns. The judges will be keeping a close eye on that. That one felt good for Matty Wilco, needing a 6.87. I was talking about earlier today how we are going to see a lot of close heats, and this is exactly that, Joe, as Matty Wilco brings this one all the way through the inside, and that one felt good, that's for sure.
Really impressive lead change, and Wilco with a solid answer back. Remember, he just lost the Jeep yellow jersey to John Florence, and now this is going to be a critical moment. Will he survive this heat and avoid an equal 25th? It's not enough. A 6.63 from the panel. Wilco needs a 6.87 with 50 seconds to go.
I reckon that could have gone either way, to be honest with you. I mean, I thought Matty Wilco surfed that wave incredibly well. I think maybe one mistake, he claimed halfway through the wave, he did the double fist pump and then sort of got busy again. You've got to finish the wave off. Focus on the wave. The judges don't like seeing that. 6.63, looking for a 6.87, so super, super tight.
What a huge moment for wildcard Brett Simpson to get involved in this world title showdown, to be a potential spoiler. This was the place where Wilco is hoping to get back into that Jeep yellow jersey, and a 25th is obviously haunting him right now. We're seeing a ton of frustration out of the Australian. Obviously unhappy with the score, and it's a close decision, Potts. We look 13.8 total to a 13.56. That's a tough way to go down.
Yeah, not surprised at all. I mean, with the conditions the way they are, these guys are all so good. We're going to see a lot of tight heats. Matty Wilco, I think he might be coming in to have a chat with the judges, maybe.
What a rough morning for Matt Wilkinson as he's trying to shake this one off, and a huge heat for Brett Simpson as he returns big time to the top 34.